Meghan and Harry like to complain about many things, and one of their favorite topics to whine about is the fact that William and Catherine fare so much better than Meghan and Harry do when it comes to popularity, both in the UK and in the US. Even though Meghan and Harry have tried so hard to make us love them and make us hate William and Catherine, the numbers don't lie. William and Catherine's popularity has just continued to soar, whereas Meghan and Harry's continues to plummet. Brooke Sifrin is the co-host of the podcast Even the Royals, and she said that William and Catherine are better at being royals than being non-royals. In her opinion, quote, they are better at playing the game of being royals. In Brooke's opinion, William and Catherine know what they're doing. In spite of all the attacks that have come from Montecito, William and Catherine have stuck to the Lake Queen's motto of never complain, never explain, and Miss Brooke believes that is part of why they have been so successful. Discussing William and Harry, Brooke says that was kind of drilled into their heads when they were kids. William and Charles very much subscribed to that idea, and Harry never did. And I think she's making a very good point here. Harry grew up in the same household as William did. I know the way he tells it, he was never treated the same, he didn't get as many sausages, he had to sleep in the smaller bedroom in a literal castle. But the fact is, they were taught many of the same things. I know William had some additional education to prepare him to be king someday. But when it comes to how to conduct oneself as a public figure, Harry received the same education that William did. Brooke went on to say, and I think William is very much like, I understand that I am a royal. I am to keep my emotions to myself. I am supposed to play the game the way it is supposed to be played. And clearly, this is an area in which Harry has really rebelled against his family. Harry has shared so much private, intimate information with the public that nobody even asked for, nobody even wanted to know. I mean, seriously, who out there wanted to hear a story about a frozen Todger? Not me. William, on the other hand, he knows that silence is dignified. I believe William can see that the way Harry has overshared just makes him look trashy. It makes everybody lose respect for him. Catherine, of course, was not born and raised in the royal family, but still, she has done just fine. Meghan and Harry really seem to struggle with what they should and should not say, what information should remain private, but that's not something that Catherine struggles with at all. I mean, she knows that her private life is supposed to remain private. Yes, she is the Princess of Wales, so she is certainly a public figure, but we don't need to know all the intimate details of her relationships with her family members or her private life. Meghan and Harry also love to complain that the media treats them so unfairly, that William and Catherine receive all kinds of praise in the media while they are absolutely vilified. Well, Brooke says, I think he and Kate are just better at doing that, and that's why I think the media is easier on them. Well, one of the reasons. Think about how many puff pieces we have seen just in the last couple of weeks from Meghan and Harry's PR people. It's constant. They are always putting themselves out there because they believe that even though all signs point to the opposite, what the real problem is that we don't have enough of them. We haven't heard their story enough. They refuse to consider the notion that maybe oversaturation is the real problem here. See, William and Catherine don't need all that attention from the media. They are more than happy to just highlight the good work they're doing. And these are the articles we see about them in the media. We don't see articles about what they're talking about behind closed doors, about what their next move will be. We don't see that because they're actually doing real work. Meghan and Harry, on the other hand, don't do any real work. So naturally, the media is going to focus on their drama because there is nothing else to report. And as for the way the British press has treated Meghan, I don't believe these claims that they have been so hard on her. I mean, in the beginning, she was welcomed. I know, after they first got together, there were a few racist headlines like Straight Outta Compton and stuff like that. But these headlines were certainly the exception. They were not the rule. Meghan tries to act like she was just abused, she was harassed constantly, but that is not the truth. It's also disingenuous for Meghan to try to claim that the British press was never harsh towards Catherine. What about that ugly nickname, Wadey Katie, that they gave her? What about all those articles that were published claiming that Catherine was work-shy and lazy? I mean, no, that was not fair treatment of Catherine either, but Catherine rose above it. She didn't have to go out and whine to anyone who would listen. Instead, she was patient. She allowed her hard work to shine through, and slowly but surely her reputation changed. When Catherine and William first got married, Catherine didn't have nearly the public presence that she has today. She knew that she had a lot to learn, and so she took her time. And I think the press was really hateful towards her for exactly that. They assumed that she didn't want to work, but in fact, she wanted to fully understand what was expected of her before she really got to work, and just look at all she does now. Not only is Catherine an incredible support to William and King Charles and Queen Camilla, but she's also got her early years foundation work that she's doing now, which is amazing. She is making a real difference in the lives of so many people. Talking about the way the media treats Meghan and Catherine, Brooke said, "Yes, it's a huge double standard. I don't know why she has been painted as such a villain, but Kate has definitely had an easier go of it, that's for sure." Now, I don't agree with this statement in the least. I don't believe that Catherine has had an easier go of it as Brooke insists. Yes, it's true that now the press is kinder to Catherine, but she had to work so hard to get there. It didn't just happen automatically. The press was also kind to Meghan when she and Harry first got together. Remember, they called her a breath of fresh air and said she was exactly what the monarchy needed to really modernize. But when she started showing herself to be such a narcissistic bully who was never even going to try to fit in, of course, the way the press treated her changed. But that has nothing to do with Catherine. It has nothing to do with the British media. It has everything to do with Meghan. And as for Harry, well, he just wants to have it both ways. Harry rails against the British press, saying they're evil and they're intrusive and they've used unlawful information gathering techniques. I mean, he's suing them for that. But at the same time, he can't stand to be ignored. Even though Meghan and Harry believe themselves to be so cunning, so clever, so sly, they're not. They are so transparent, and that is what bothers people. Their hypocrisy is so obvious, and people can't stand hypocrites. They want to be able to trash their own families, to make up all kinds of hateful lies about their families. They want to be able to jump from bandwagon to bandwagon and never do any real work. They want to be able to walk around lauding themselves for being these humanitarians, but at the same time not do a damn thing to help anybody. And then they are so baffled as to why they don't get glowing reviews in the press. William and Catherine embody values that we hold dear. Values like being loyal, hard work, being honest. Meghan and Harry, on the other hand, are the opposite. They are the worst of society. They represent the worst of what Western society has to offer in our time. They're shallow, they're superficial, they're traitors, they're liars. They're lazy, they're greedy, they pontificate about subjects they know nothing about. So how dare they expect to get positive coverage in the media? Until Harry and Meghan can take a real, honest look at themselves, who they are as people, how they behave, who they've hurt, who they should apologize to, William and Catherine are going to remain the more popular royals. So if Meghan and Harry want to continue to spend their money on PR that gets them nowhere, that's fine. But until they change their behavior, they're never going to succeed in their mission to be popular. And you, what do you think about the reason why Wales is more popular than Sussex? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and share this video with anybody else who would enjoy it, and please do subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen channel so that you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be back to see you next time.